It's me. It's me.
How was your break?
It was really nice. How was yours?
It was great.
Good. Yeah. It was
Hi, Lisa. I see Sophia here. I think we will wait a few minutes. Oh, Jenna is here too.
Hi.
Hi, Jenna. I wonder if council member Laura Capps will come. Hola, Spencer. Should we wait until 11:50 to start? Yeah, we are waiting for a lot of people today.
Good to see everybody. Thanks for leading, Viviana.
Sure.
Sydney, I'm just going to add the people that you asked to add for the next round of mailings. Did you already forward to them?
I did. Yes. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I think I sent you 4 people.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think I see. I just hopped on. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hi, Ash.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Did you get a little bit of a winter break?
I did. A good
Good.
winter break for a change. What
Right.
about you?
Yeah, I got a little break. I went on a little road trip. Visited my
Nice.
grandma. Yeah, it's good.
We'll give it till 11:50, and if not, at least we can start with introductions and announcements, right? At the major events meeting also today was low attendance compared to other times. Okay, I guess we will get started. I would like to start with the land acknowledgement. So we would like to acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the traditional lands of the Chumash people and pay our respects to elders both past and present. We honor the traditional territory as well as the story and contributions of the Chumash people to the land upon which we gather and create. So, okay, welcome everybody. My name is Viviana Marzano, Director of Civic and Community Engagement and Isla Vista Liaison. Happy 2023. I hope you all had a relaxing break and that you were safe and dry during the storms. A lot of people got stranded from UCSB on Monday, so we were all putting up to colleagues for the night. So, here is Jordan. So we are going to start introductions and announcements, and I will start in the order I see you on my screen. So Sydney.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney. I am the Community Engagement Director with IVCSD, and I will hold our updates for our section of the agenda. Thank you.
Sophia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sophia Lake. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Recreation Coordinator for the Isla Vista Rec and Park District. I will also hold my updates until our section. Thank you.
Lisa Osborne.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Osborne, News and Public Affairs Director at KCSB FM, which is part of Associated Students. And I don't know, I don't really have, we have our new programmer orientation coming up a week from today at Isla Vista Theater 2 at 6 p.m. If you know anyone who wants to be get involved with KCSB as a volunteer, as a reporter, as to learn how to do your own radio show, I encourage you to be at Isla Vista Theater 2 a week from tonight at 6 p.m. If it's posted on our website, I'll drop in a link. Otherwise, just know that it's coming up on the 18th. Thank you.
Great. Jordan, welcome. We couldn't be happier to see you, such an involved community person, both as a student, as a gaucho, with the community, as working with our council member Laura Katz, representative of the 2nd District. And I am going to say that Jordan just got an award, the LEAP Award from Isla Vista Youth Projects, and that we will have a wonderful ceremony online pretty soon. Welcome, Jordan.
Well, thank you. It's great. So thank you so much, Viviana. That's so sweet for the introduction. And thank you so much. It's good to see some familiar faces. Hi, Sydney, of course, Spencer, Jonathan, and I'm just grateful to be in the space. Of course, I will be out in Isla Vista and helping to support from Laura Kapp's office. As you can see, Chris Henson, our chief of staff, is here on the call as well. And yeah, we're happy to show up and be listening and see how we can support. I do want to note that we also invited Lisa Plowman, our planning and development director, to help give an update, and hopefully she'll be giving an update about the bluffs and other stuff a little bit later.
Thank you. Chris Henson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year. Laura would love to be here today. She's actually going out to UCSB for the Martin Luther King event on campus and felt it important to be there. But we are, as the reaction that I just witnessed to having Jordan on the crew is what we thought we'd have. So already a legendary human being, and we're so glad that he's part of the team. So good to see you all.
Great. Ash.
Hello. I'm Ash. I don't know if you all know me. I don't know who wouldn't. But anyway, I'm one of the board directors of RPD, and I do a lot of other little things around town. I think the quick update I'd like to give today is that there is a lot of need in the houseless community with this insanely wet weather. So if you have access to extra funds, it would be helpful to get tarps, raincoats, sleeping bags, gift cards, stuff like that. And it could be passed out at the Tuesday meal, potentially, if you have access to resources like that. Thanks.
Thank you. Clarissa.
Hi, I'm a reporter with KCSB News, and I'm going to be doing an episode about Isla Vista and cliff safety, hopefully to raise awareness about safety.
Great. Sadie?
Hello, everybody. I'm Sadie. I'm the marketing manager at the Isla Vista Food Co-op. My one big update is that we are actively accepting applications for our board of directors. We are going to have 6 out of our 7 open seats open for.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we have like unprecedented turnover this year for the board. Applications are open until February 11th, I believe. I have some flyers and some info. If anybody wants to shoot me their email, I can send that over and you can help me distribute that. That would be really helpful. Our board of directors meeting, which I guess would be a good opportunity to learn more about what it means to serve on the board, is next Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, the 18th. So yeah, we're just really looking for people who are active owners of the co-op and who may be interested in just participating in the board process. But yeah, just need help spreading the word about that. So if you are able to shoot that out in a newsletter or post around the community, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
Sadie, I assume that you accept students to the board?
Yeah, you just have to be an active owner. So it's like a $30 annual payment. So anyone who is an owner is eligible to apply and run for the board.
Okay, I teach a class on civic engagement and I would love to get that information to send it out, you know?
Yeah, that would be
And
great.
we can post it on Shoreline too.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, if you could just drop your email in the chat and I'll shoot it out to some people.
Great.
Thank you.
Haley, you are next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Haley Stankiewicz. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I work with an associated students at UCSB. I technically am the elected external vice president for local affairs, but due to a couple setbacks within the association, I am currently the interim internal vice president. But I still wanted to be here just to know everything about Isla Vista and the community, because I will be stepping back into my role as external vice president for local affairs after an election is held. And so that's kind of the update for my office, is that right now we have an interim external vice president for local affairs. His name is Billy Wu. But I'm still within my role and I'm still very able to contact.
Thank you. Hi, Kirsten. You are next for introductions.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. I'm Kirsten Deschler, Government Relations Director at UC Santa Barbara, and also the UCSB representative on the Isla Vista Community Services District. So that's me. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody has moved on my screen, so I hope I don't miss anybody. I think Jenna is next one.
Hi, everyone. I'm the manager of the Isla Vista Beautiful program under the Isla Vista Community Services District. So we're a beautification program for Isla Vista, and no major updates, but my team's been working really hard on getting rid of graffiti throughout town. So hopefully some of you have noticed the difference, and we're working hard on some community outreach educational material, as well as brainstorming ideas to make the move out process more smooth and sustainable. So Cindy will be giving more updates for the Community Services District later on. Thank you.
Okay, so next is Spencer, I think.
Hey everyone, my name is Spencer Brandt. I'm on the board of directors of the Isla Vista Community Services District and happy to be here today.
Okay, Jonathan.
Hi everybody, I'm Jonathan. I'm the general manager of Ivcn. Glad to see so much of our team here today and the rest of you. Thank you.
Okay, and I think Lily is the last person.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lily Macmillan, and I'm the community liaison for the UCSB office of the EVPLA. And Haley pretty much covered our main announcements, but I will add anything else during our section. So thank you, everybody.
Great. I have an announcement. I got an email yesterday from SB Act, which is a very active nonprofit in town, regarding the point in time, which is the count of the unsheltered population in the county. They are short on volunteers for Isla Vista. So I've been trying to send it to everybody, my class, Shoreline, the fraternities and sorority life. So I will send an email to this listserv. It's January 25th. They need volunteers from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. That would be hard. Students can get community service hours and they will need to attend a training. So after the meeting, I will send the email to all of you. I hope I haven't missed anybody for introductions and announcements. No? Okay. So let's go to Second District Supervisor's Office updates.
Hey, everyone. As Jordan referenced earlier, we invited Lisa Plowman. She's the head of planning and development to participate. She should be hopping on in a few minutes. We wanted to get you and the community the most up-to-date information we have on the bluff safety and some of the surveys that have happened thus far.
Yeah.
And just give you a heads up on that. So maybe if we can come back to us.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Sophia, ID Recreation and Park District.
Thank you, Viviana. Hello, everyone. So just a couple updates from me. First of all, again, I do want to say thank you to Sadie and the Ivy Food Co-op for helping us out so much with our most recent event, Life Living Community, in December, right before the break, or I guess during the break, because we had to push it back a little bit. Looking forward, though, we have some exciting events coming up. We have a Lunar New Year celebration in Little Acorns Park. We are working with the Asian Resource Center on campus to host this event. It's going to be on January 28th. That is a Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. Completely free and open to the public. We hope to see everyone there. We are also gearing up to reintroduce our after-school program and just youth programming in general. So we'll be doing a children's park open house in late February. Right now, we're looking at the date February 25th, but we will continue to update y'all on that. And it's just gonna be a 2-hour little open house for the community to really get back into the groove of our IVRPD youth programming. We also have a children's park community meeting. We want to hear the community's input on our renovations for the park on January 25th. From 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Free dinner will be included. It's going to be at Children's Park. We will send out more marketing materials for that as it gets closer. As for park updates, Luis could not be here. Our Assistant General Manager, Luis, could not be here. And I'm sure we're going to talk more about the bluff erosion and dangers regarding the cliffs right now. But due to the rough swells, we are really advising a lot of caution approaching bluff top fences. Right now, County Parks is working on pulling back the fences at Pelican Park, Walter Caps, and Sea Lookout. County Parks is making repairs to the beach access staircases at Embarcadero and Camino Pescadero. And all beach access points are currently closed due to the dangerous conditions. So just want to be aware of that. Regarding the recent rain we got, though, everyone should take a chance, get outside. It's really green right now, not right next to the bluff, but all of our other parks in Isla Vista, because they're looking really, really good right now. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have IVCSD next.
Sure. Thanks, Viviana. I will share the update for our team, and the rest of our team that's here can chime in if I miss anything. But a couple community center events. We are partnering with Santa Barbara Artworks to host an art gallery opening and live jazz event on January 28th. So in a couple of weeks from 4 to 7 at the community center. Santa Barbara Artworks is an art studio whose mission is helping adults with disabilities create, show, and sell their work. So we hope that you can come check out the art gallery on the 28th. And starting today, yoga has moved to every Thursday from 8:15 to 9:15 in the community center. No registration is needed, and we have mats and bolsters if anyone needs them. And the Mental Wellness Center is hosting a mom support group in Spanish this coming Monday, the 16th, in the community. I think it's in the community room. I'll double check that, but from 3 to 5. And lastly, we have a vacancy on our board as well. We will be calling for applications that will be due February 2nd by 5 o'clock. Then on February 7th, during a special meeting, our board of directors will hear from candidates, ask questions, and make a decision to appoint someone to fill the seat. And that person will serve the remainder of that term until December of next year. Candidates must live in IV for the duration of their service, be U.S. citizens and 18 years old upon appointment. And applicants will need to submit a resume and letter of intent to Jonathan via his email, but we'll have a lot more detailed information on our website. So if you or anyone you know is interested, please let them know to apply. Jonathan, Spencer, did I miss anything that you guys want to add?
Nope, you're all good.
Okay.
I was gonna bring up our letter on bluff safety that we submitted to the supervisor, but that could be during the item about that. So.
Okay. So hi, Lisa Plowman, welcome to this Isla Vista Community Network meeting.
Hello.
I don't know if you are ready to present or you want to take a few minutes before we call you.
No, I'm happy to talk about what's been happening out on the bluffs.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you. Go ahead.
So, let me just, I wanted to make sure I have the information here for me, but we have been inspecting the bluffs. We have flown the length of the bluffs with a drone twice, once last week, once this week. We were able to walk a portion of the bluffs last week, but then the surf was a bit too high and we couldn't make it. So we'll be walking the bluffs next week. When the tides are low during daylight hours, we need to get to a negative tide to be able to make it all the way. We did find a few things that we needed some correction. One, we found a patio that was overhanging. And I want to give you those addresses so you can, it's at 6597 and 6599. And our department immediately contacted the landowner. The patios have been taped off and they're going to be removing them this week. So they'll be cutting them and then taking them from the beach. There were a couple of curbs that were hanging by rebar. And that landowner has been contacted and those will be removed as well. They had been horizontal previously on the edge of the bluff and then they were sort of hanging vertically. The stairs that provide access to the beach were damaged. And so those have been closed off by the Parks Department. And they've been putting notices up around to tell people to stay off the bluffs. And if they get down to the beach, to not stand under the bluffs. But other than that, we didn't see a lot of change in the bluffs or any significant damage beyond those few minor things that have alarmed us, but we are keeping a close watch on them. And we've been working with landowners out there where they have buildings between 10 and 20 feet of the bluff, and we've required them to do geologic studies to verify the safety of them. And so those have been coming in and we're having those reviewed by our consultant, Cotton Shires. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Lisa? No, thank you very much. Oh, yeah.
I'll ask a question. How concerned are you? I'm not exactly sure how it works with bluff erosion, but since the ground is saturated, are we at risk even with a lighter rain that there could be more damage? Or,
you know, it's very hard to know. I mean, there is the potential, right? Which is why we've been going out there and monitoring. You know, even my staff went out and they couldn't get down to the beach, but they were looking around the edges and going to spots where they could see properties. And then, of course, we had the fire department fly the drone. So we are keeping a close eye on it. There is the potential, but it'll really depend on the severity of the storm. Probably, you can have some erosion from the bottom and you can have some from the top, right? So there is the potential for some sloughing of the bluff from the top, and then depending on the swell and the tides, there could be some from the bottom. So we just have to keep an eye on it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ash?
This might not be what you've been working on. It's a little bit different than erosion, but I'm wondering if we know about the water quality. Like, is it safe to go swimming even though like tons of poop has leaked into the water and stuff like that?
So this is not my department, but what we've been hearing and what the city puts out, and I think the environmental health department puts out, is you should not go in the water for 3 days after a rain. And there is a website that shows water quality, and I think it's on environmental health's website. And you can go, and they do testing up along the coast. If there's a creek nearby or something like that empties into the water, that's an area that's going to test high in materials that you don't want to be exposed to. So, places like Arroyo Burro Beach, where Mission Creek comes out, those types. Rincon is another spot. I didn't see any up at Campus Point. I don't know if the slough has breached the beach at this point and there's an exchange, but I don't think it does anymore. I can't remember whether or not there's some spots where they might have contact, but that could be an area that could have some water quality issues.
Thanks.
So just be careful. Do not go on. This is my stepson wants to go surfing right when the waves are big. I'm like, not for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Lily?
Yes, I had some questions, one to kind of tack on to what Ash was bringing up, but I know that you said that the information was available about like not swimming for 3 days after a rain online, but is there ways to make that information more accessible to, say, students or residents of the community who may not necessarily have access to online, like our houseless individuals population, as well as just like, I know plenty of students who have had issues with like tech and stuff like that. So is there any way that we can make this information more accessible other than being online? So that's my first question. And then second question, in terms of the updates that you've been giving, Lisa, on what you guys have been doing in just keeping tabs on the bluffs and cliff erosion, has that information been made available to those living in the residence halls? Because I know that residents of Isla Vista, like the town itself, our landlords have sent out all of the information that Jennifer and Sydney have worked so diligently on, and that's been wonderful. But I think that those living in the residence halls on campus are also a big population of students that like to walk and go out to the cliffs and the bluffs and may not have access to this information through their like residence halls. We've sent out, or we're a channel that provides the information that Sydney worked on to the residence halls. But I'm thinking about like the updates that you're providing, Lisa. It could also be beneficial to them to like have a tap into that information as well somehow.
So I think that maybe that's something we can work through the second district on. I mean, that's a connection with the university, really.
Lily, hi, Chris Henson
Yeah.
was Supervisor Cap's office. I was just going to suggest maybe that Kristen Deschler in our office have a conversation, and maybe we get Kirsten some information and she can share that with the residence halls and whoever else, but we can talk about that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Spencer?
Oh, I was just going to address her question about information being available about water quality, and it's a good question. It's not something that I monitor or my department monitors, but maybe that's another thing that D2 might be able to work with environmental health on. Yeah, and maybe at the parks or something like that, or the beach access. But it'd be something that would have to be regularly updated. But I think it's good to get the message out that for sure you should not be in the water for 3 days after the rain. I don't know if they're testing up along the university's stretch of coastline, because I didn't see that on the website that I had.
It would be nice to have that information sent to the students before the next storm,
Yeah.
Okay, can we go to Spencer now?
Thanks, Lisa, for the update, and thanks for your diligence in working on this. As you know, we all hold our breath in Isla Vista every time these big storms come around, and frankly, still holding my breath because, as you mentioned, these tides have been really high. There could be stuff that's getting pushed up against the cliffs. So, thanks for being on it. Just wanted to ask. You mentioned you've been contacting the property owners. Have you been able to successfully make contact with all 3 of the properties you mentioned?
Yes, we have.
Thanks.
Yeah. And just, I think we let the CSD know that some of the properties that we had a little bit more concern about, we sent notices out to those residents and to those property owners before the last storm, just advising them. And we got message back that the landlords had been reaching out to their residents and letting them know, stay off any decks or patios and don't go out on the bluff. So that's good that they're cooperating.
Okay, I see Jenna sent a message saying, let me know if anybody has the link to the website that shows updates on the water quality along the California coast. And if not, Jenna, maybe you can send it and we can send it through our listserv. You can send the link. Any other comments from the second supervisor's office? No? Okay, so before we go on, Kim Equinoa, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us if you have any announcements?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Kim Equinoa.
Can I share one thing? I'm sorry, just before I go, I'm so sorry to interrupt, Kim. I'm just on our department, Public Works Department website, and I'm going to put this in the chat. There's a hotline that can be called. Let me see if I can bring up that chat. And this is the ocean 24-hour recorded ocean water quality hotline. And it is 805-681-4949. And then, so basically it said in September 1996, Environmental Health Services began weekly year-round testing of 20 beaches between Guadalupe and Rincon. So there's if you go to our countyofsb.org, I'll actually put this link in the website in the chat too. That'll give you information. Sorry, go ahead, Kim.
Oh, no worries at all. Thanks, Lisa. Kim Equinoa, UCSB's Dean of Students Office, and I don't have any announcements, but I just want to add my thanks, Lisa, for your work and your team's work on all of the monitoring and sharing out. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Lisa.
Do you need me to stay on, or is it all right if I jump off?
Chris, you decide.
No. I know how busy she is. So unless there's other questions from the group, I'd love to let her get back to trying to save the county.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, so if there are no questions, we are going to go on to with the agenda with a report from associated students in IV.
Hello, everyone. I think I'm going to let Lily, one of my staff members, take the lead on these updates first. And then what she doesn't mention, I'll go in and mention. And then I also have kind of like a discussion point to talk about as well that's not included in AS that I would like to bring up, but I can also bring that up in burning issues, like other burning issues, if you would like.
Whatever people prefer. Should you address it? Why don't we wait to the reports and then we do it with burning issues, Haley?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then in terms of updates for associated students, I'll let Lily have the floor first.
Thank you, Haley. So just to kind of expand a little bit on the preview of the updates that Haley gave in her introduction, our office is in the process of situating Billy Wu, our interim EVPLA, in his role and getting him up to speed on everything that we accomplished last quarter, the organizations that we regularly work with throughout the school year, and what our goals are from each staff member and position in the office for this quarter. Last quarter was definitely heavily dominated by events surrounding Halloween. And so this quarter we're working on expanding our overall agenda of goals that we have. And yesterday was our first meeting of the quarter. So I hope to have a fuller update for you guys soon. But other than that, that's our biggest update. And then I think that Haley can fill you in on more of the smaller details that we have.
Thank you, Lily.
Yeah, so kind of like updates as an associated students, it's been kind of like an unprecedented time for the association the past few weeks. And so there was an executive order issued by the UCSB Associated Students president. And within that executive order, it delineated that I would have to step in as the interim internal vice president for Associated Students, meaning kind of that my purview is no longer local affairs, but it isn't only an interim period. And with that, I still have jurisdiction over like financial matters of my office and things like that. And I plan on still taking a very active role within the EVPLA office just because I'm so passionate about it and I love the EVPLA office so much and Isla Vista. And it, again, will only be a few weeks, and I'm working very closely with Billy to like have him kind of just step in the interim. But a lot of it behind the scenes, I'll still be there very presently. He's just kind of going to have to be this like interim face for it. But if anybody has any questions about that, I can definitely answer it because I know it can be kind of confusing.
Any questions for Haley? No questions? Okay. Next in the agenda, we have law enforcement update, but I don't think there is anybody here that could give us an update. No. Okay. So the next item is, I think, Jonathan, you mentioned you would like to talk about roof, balcony, and bluff safety.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that our board of directors at IVCSD passed on Tuesday a letter to our county supervisor, Laura Capps, that she requested actually at our last IVCN meeting. If people who are here remember that, we support the county changing their coastal zoning ordinance so that fences that are higher than 6 feet go through less red tape to get built on the bluff top. So that's just something. I just wanted to give that as an update. That's something we did.
Any other comments on this issue? I would like to say that the infographics that the IVCSD sent, were great, and I hope we can keep updating our students on that.
Yes. Oh, I don't know if Sydney wants to mention, but this is a big campaign that she's recently launched. And so there'll be a lot more coming. This is just the first post of very many. So Sydney, I don't know if you want to share more about that, but that's another thing that's come out of our discussions. One was the, policy change, but also the education. So.
Yeah, and we would be very happy to post on Shoreline, which goes to a lot of people.
That would be great. Yeah, I'll just quickly share for anyone that may not have seen the post. On Monday, we did kick off this cliff erosion and safety campaign in partnership with UCSB's Community Housing Services and AS. So our first post was just an overview of cliff erosion through the years, what it is, how rapidly it's occurring, precautions that people can take, including the info for county's building inspector. And we did get a ton of really great feedback, and it seemed like it was very popular. It was shared over 150, reshared over 150 times. I kept seeing it throughout social media. So we'll be posting bi-monthly. So the next one will be on the 23rd, kind of just a different topic that'll include roof and balcony safety as well, beach safety. So yeah, we're always open to feedback. So if anyone has ideas or things that they would love to see included, love to hear those. So thank you.
Thank you. Chris, you have a question or comment?
Just a quick comment. I just wanted to thank Sydney and the CSD for putting that together, because Laura, Supervisor Capps, actually included that in a email blast that she sent out prior to the storm. And I believe she did a video on social media as well with that messaging. So just thank you and kudos.
Thank you. Any other comments on this topic, on this item? No. Okay, so we can move to other burning issues. And I know, Haley, you wanted to address some attempt to post on the Ivcn Facebook page, right?
Yeah, so a little bit of a content warning before I talk about this update a little bit. It does have to do with the 2014 tragedy. So I just wanted to put that out there just in case anybody needs to like step away or it's hard to hear. But it does have to do with safety issues. So if you could stay for this, that would be great. So I was informed this morning from my advisor, Maricela Marquez, who's informed from Deanna, who is still an admin on the Facebook page, that there was an attempted post that mirrored the 2014 tragedy, a threat. It said Elliot Rogers was right or something like that along those lines. It was attempted post, so it didn't actually get posted. She sent that to Maricela, who sent to me, who posted it and what the post exactly was. So I've been in contact with Isla Vista Foot Patrol. I let them know. They are investigating it right now, but because it's an open investigation, they can't give many updates. But Lieutenant Tesla let me know that he will be updating me as much as he can, just to make sure everything is safe. And then I've also been in contact with the president of the Alpha Phi sorority, as well as the vice president of risk management, just because that is the sorority that was threatened in 2014. And so I let them know so they could talk to their advisor to figure out what best to do and to make sure not to cause like alarm to any of the members either. Just because, for context, I am also in that sorority, and I lived in the chapter house in 2020 when there was another threat that mirrored the 2014 tragedy. And I like lived in the house when that threat was directed to the house that I was living in. So it was very scary. And I just want to make sure that the girls that are living in there right now do not have to deal with that and are protected if something does happen, which I hope it doesn't. But I just wanted to bring that up for you all to know. Again, it wasn't posted. I've been in contact with law enforcement. And then my advisor, Maricela, will or has contacted Margaret and Katya in the Vice Chancellor's office and Dean of Student Life. So yeah, and if anybody has any questions, I can answer them.
Thank you, Haley, for being so proactive. And also, you know, two of the fraternities and sorority life advisors are part of the team that I work with. So if you need any assistance from them or anything, let us know.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions, comments, last minute announcements? That's the end of the agenda, so we can give you back a lot of time. The next meeting is on February 9th, same time, 11:45 to 1:15. And I don't know if anybody wants to have to mention any suggested agenda topics for next month. Or if not, you can email them to Lisa Osborne.
Yes. You can do that. That's easier. That's better than sending it to the IVCSN Gmail account because we don't always monitor that, but I'll give you my email address in here. It's just easy. ND, like news director at kcsb.org. So, yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and dry for the next storm. And again, welcome back the staff in the 2nd District Supervisor's Office.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.